I'm Shannon Clee for Canadian HR Reporter TV. Steve Prentice is the president of consulting firm Bristol Morgan. He spoke about the top 10 ways organizations have changed at a Strategic Capability Network event in Toronto. What is the most significant change that you've seen in the workplace?
I would definitely say the social media. I mean, it's definitely people now are using it or they're expecting to be able to use it. So whether it's social for their personal socializing or just recognizing that you can connect with people, again, prospects, clients, everybody, instantaneously and in a far more interactive way. So that's the major change, is the acceptance or the expectation of social media in the workplace.
And what does that mean for the workplace in terms of HR and management policies?
HR has to have an approach to how employees are schooled in the use of social media, both for their personal recreational use at work, which I am in favor of in small amounts because of the mental break it offers, but also, of course, in its role in communicating with those that help you get your work done, whether it be suppliers or the public. But again, the policy extends beyond the technical usage of the technology and also who is the face or the voice of the company. You don't want anybody and everybody speaking on Facebook on behalf of your company. So bottom line, there needs to be a clear policy as to how social media is used as opposed to an outright ban of social media in the workplace.
What is the one thing that will never change? What is the one constant in the workplace?
I think the constants are human. You have some people who are very eager to get everything done. You have others that are less inclined and have trouble with deadlines, have trouble with delegation. There are management issues, how people relate to others. There are time issues. There's workplace overload issues. There's work-life balance issues. Some people have lots of time to give to the workplace above and beyond the traditional 40 hours. Others have family and other issues that press on them. So the constant is still the human being.
What is the most important thing for managers to know to have engaged and productive employees?
To be engaged and productive, it's an internal human response. You can't force somebody to be engaged. They're going to be engaged because they like the working environment, they like the work, they like the acknowledgement of the work they have done, they like the challenge of their current work and the opportunity to grow and stretch. None of these things, by the way, are technologically inclined. This is all about being human in the workplace. So being able to factor that in, to recognize that individuals like to be challenged and to be engaged, and combining that with the opportunities that technology offers, meaning that people may work from home, they may work from a coffee shop, they may work in smaller amounts, they may work on numerous things simultaneously, a project, but also being aware of what their colleagues are feeding them on an online chat room. Building in a sense of satisfaction and comfort that their workplace matches their individual approaches to work. That is a strategy that has been proven to be highly successful in some of the extreme organizations like Google.
Can you give me an example of an old school management idea that's no longer relevant in the workplace?
I would say that the old school management idea is that nothing that is new is good. That everything must be done on paper, it must be done formally, it must be done in a procedure that was done over the last 20, 30 years. Obviously there's wisdom that comes from that. There are some approaches to how you think through and manage and steer a company that are timeless. But I think what has gone out of date is the rejection of the new technologies and the new approach to work that surrounds it. For example, not expecting employees to be at their top level for the full 10 hours of the day. That's impossible. People can't do that. So to allow people, for example, blocks of focused work, let's say an hour, after which they have 5 minutes of miniature vacation, personal time to surf the web, and then tune back into the next piece. That's a change in the approach to how people work, and there's a great degree of skepticism and mistrust amongst some people in senior management that any time employees are allowed to go off the work path, they are wasting company time. My policy has always been that relaxation, mental relaxation in between focused work, is the fuel that gets things done.